Alright, we're going to go live on YouTube now. So, if you want better quality, just tune in over there. Otherwise, we should be good to go. Alright, we're live. What's up, everybody? Alright, so I got a little bit of a different mic setup this time. I actually have a vocal mic here, but it's got an on-off switch, so we don't have to fight any of that goofy... I don't even know where to look at this moment. So we don't have to fight any of the goofy audio issues we were having with the Mark IV stream. So hopefully we're good to go on that front. But what's up, guys? Hope everybody's having a great day today. I figured we would do a little bit of a stream since Friday has seemed to become a stream day. And I wanted to check out a few amps for my new live rig. Andy, the generator was one that I was going to throw in the mix, but I decided not to. Dude McGuybro, turn your volume up. I'm pretty much at the peak of my gain on OBS, unless I put a limiter or something on, but I don't know how to do that, so. My gain is fully maxed out on the mic, so it should be okay now. Yeah, so. Sean McKay. Yeah, sure, why not, man? I mean, if you can afford amps, then buy some amps. That's I'm never going to tell you not to buy an amp. If you want something different, a lot more different than the EVH, definitely go with the Fryette, because the Fryette is just, it's complete. It's like, it's its own thing, 100%. So the Rev, it definitely has a signature thing going on, but it kind of borrows from a couple of very well-known designs, I would say. So what's up, Chris? Paul? We got all sorts of people tuning in on Facebook. If you guys go over on YouTube, it's going to be a lot better quality, but yeah. Huge shout out to Chris Reardon, aka Amp Guru, because he has been helping me a lot with my Kemper and Quad Cortex capture stuff. I've been bugging him with questions left and right. And considering that essentially we're going to be in competition with each other, but he's still willing to help me, I think that just shows that he's a pretty solid dude. So if you guys are in the market for Kemper and Quad Cortex profiles, definitely check his stuff out. He's got a way bigger library than I do, and I've heard nothing but great things about his Kemper and Quad Cortex captures. So just thought I would throw that out there. I saw Chris jump on the live stream and really appreciate all the help that he's been giving me lately, because I've been struggling here and there, and he's always the first dude that I go to. So Esteban, what's up? All right. Couldn't get along with the tone and feel. Travis, one thing about the Rev I will say is I think that that's an amp that does not do well with V30 speakers. I think you need a different speaker, something not quite as mid-heavy, because the Rev seems to have this upper mid frequency that is very prominent if you're not used to it, or if you don't have a way to dial it out of your mix. The V30, in my opinion, just doesn't sit super well with the Rev. It's almost like the crank stuff where the V30 doesn't sit well with the Rev. So, yeah. Justice, thank you, sir. I appreciate you, man. Justice has been super active on my Discord server, which we have got the Discord server back up and running again in the last couple of weeks, and that thing seems to be blowing up. There's constantly people hanging out. Really appreciate the super chat, Justice. Thank you, my friend. Any little bit helps with the channel. Yeah, nothing I can do on that, man. Unfortunately, I mean, it's just coming straight from my phone, so I'm not sure why that would be. But yeah, thanks to Justice. You guys should check out the Belligerent Amateur Discord server. I'm going to be giving dibs to my Kemper profiles, Quad Cortex captures. I'm really going to try to get into the impulse response thing here soon. That's one reason why I have a bunch of different cabs stacked up at the moment. And I just want to get a bunch of impulse responses out there for you guys, some affordable stuff of my cab collection that you can use with both the Quad Cortex and the Kemper stuff. So I'm going to try to jump into that soon. I've been having issues getting it to work, essentially. For some reason, I'm just having a hard time. The Kemper profiles are turning out great. The Quad Cortex stuff is turning out great, but impulse responses, I just can't seem to figure that out. And it looks super simple, but all the video tutorials that I follow, nothing comes out right. So, all right. So I just got put on the list for an Omega Obsidian. Literally just now, I was talking to Michael. They just said that they opened up the list for 2 spots on the Obsidian, and I got one of them. So I'm super pumped about that. Clark, what's up, dude? I'm glad you're here. Seriously, very glad you're here. Thanks to everybody for hanging out. So the point of this stream today, guys, is I have a live show with my band Human Animal tonight. I had a really good time allowing you guys to kind of choose the rig. I haven't put the video out on the Choose My Rig thing yet. It'll probably be up next week. But today, I'm just going to kind of mess. We have a smaller show, small local show tonight, and I'm going to audition a few different amps that I don't really play as often as I'd like to for the live show tonight. So first up, we've got the Rhodes Orthos Mark I, aka KSR Orthos. This is an amp that every time I plug into, I really, really dig it, but I just never plug into it because I'm so busy rotating amps. When you've got as many amps as I do, you just don't tend to plug into the same thing all that often. So I'm just constantly moving through new stuff, especially for the YouTube demo. So this is an amp that I wanted to put a little bit of a spotlight on and play through for the first time in a while. So we're going to fire this up in just a second. Travis says, you run your amps through a 212 UK V30 cab. Yep, that's not surprising that you weren't digging the rev. I know that they, for a long time, voiced the amps around warehouse guitar speakers, and from what I have noticed, warehouse guitar speakers in general just seem to be a lot smoother than the V30. So the rev has some very pokey frequencies in the mids and the high end, so pairing it with a smoother speaker definitely makes a lot of sense. Derek Rogers, good morning. Love your videos. Thank you very much, man. I appreciate you. Ordered a Splawn this week and can't wait. Also got an MF400 cab to use with it. Any speakers you recommend with the Quick Rod? You have them, man. The MF400, in my opinion, is the best cab for the Splawn for, I don't know, for my style, because it's got a lot of low end. That cab has a little bit of give to it, unlike the Mesas, because it's not sealed airtight. It doesn't have a fixed baffle. It's got a floating baffle. But with the K100s and that oversized cab volume, it definitely adds some more low end, and being oversized, it also hollows the mids out a little bit, which the Splawn has a lot of mids. So yeah, it's a good choice. I think you got the right cab. And anytime that I typically play my Splawn amps live, I use that exact cab that you have for those reasons. So yeah, kind of worked out for you, huh? So Jack Slayer says Fryhead Deliverance or Pitbull. I have the VHT versions of those, the older ones, but the VHT actually is a really good choice for Human Animal. I took it to practice one time. I really liked it, but it's just not on the list today. I want to get into some other amps. I want to get the VHT stuff back on the channel here soon, so we'll see. What speaker and cab do I think works well with an SLO? I think that the actual Soldano cabs work great with the SLO. I currently have a Soldano 412 that is front loaded. It's an older one, but it came with vintage 30s and K100s and an X pattern, and it has quickly become one of my favorite cabinets to play through. It's really tight and punchy and very forward sounding, which the SLO, kind of saggy, not super immediate. So like if you're trying to tighten up that SLO and make it stand out a little bit more in the mix as well, those cabs work really well for that. What's up, Michael? How's it going, man? Yeah, another vote for the VHT Pitbull. It's Pitbull's behind me. I haven't used that amp in a long time. Maybe I'll break it out for a second. Depends on how much time we have. I've got other stuff that I got to get done today too. Sven, any news on the Barton Belligerent? No, I've kind of put a hold on that for a second. I'm gonna order it eventually, but dude, I've just got way too much gear here, and I need to sell a lot of stuff. I recently had an influx of new stuff, so I got to get a lot of stuff out of here before I can consider buying a new amp. But hopefully I'll be able to get the Barton Belligerent here soon, on order at least, and then we can get it on the channel, and then you guys, you know, if you like it, you can get your orders in on it. Speaker cab combo for the Rocker Verb 100. I don't know, man. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know what I would go with. I generally don't like the orange cabs because the high end is really rolled off and they're just like super boxy in the mids. Because they have such a cool mid-range grind and the top end is a little bit rolled off on the Rocker Verb as well, I would say go with something that's front-loaded with V30s that's going to be a little brighter. 16 ohm V30s as well that'll kind of, you know, balance that mid-range out and give you a little bit more top end. That would be it. Andy, is shipping guitars a pain? Not at all. I actually find shipping guitars super easy. I know that people get really kind of psyched out about shipping gear, but doesn't bother me one bit. I've also shipped hundreds of pieces of gear in, you know, the last couple of years, so I really have it kind of down to a science. But yeah. Sheldon Swan, favorite angle amp. We're getting off topic already. I just like answering your guys' questions on these live streams. I just try to come up with a cool topic. That way we have something to at least focus on. But anyways, Sheldon Swan, favorite angle amp, Fireball 100, dude. Fireball 100 has quickly become my favorite angle. I have the Savage 120 Mark 1 and Mark 2. Those are both awesome. Got a Powerball Mark II. That one is good. I don't super love it, and it's mainly because I wish it had more mid content. But otherwise, I like it. It's just definitely more modern and not as mid-forward as I would like. I've got the Fireball 25, which has become my favorite lunchbox amp. And I have an Angle Inferno 100 Blackout Edition that's supposed to be here next week. So I'll comment on that. But again, we're doing the Angle Week probably within the next couple of weeks. So the Ampeg Lee Jackson jack. Yeah, I got one of those back too. I have one of those in my possession. So I'm going to do some Kemper profiles and quad cortex captures of that amplifier because that's one that you don't really see a lot of stuff for in the digital realm. And yeah, I don't know why I'm looking over here. Oh, because I just did some Laney captures and Kemper profiles as well. What's different from the Savage 120 and Fireball that made the Fireball win? The Fireball is just simple and it's more raw. Like it's less. Angle has this thing about them where they almost have a processed sound. I say the same thing about Friedman and Dietzel. It's almost like they're pre-EQ'd from a studio standpoint. The Angle is very similar to that as well. But the Fireball just seems to be the most open, the most raw. It's got the most like mids for a live mix, and I just love it. I love the Fireball tone. I love the feel of it. It's very, very tight on its own. One of the few amps that I could play without a boost. So, have I tried the Blackmore? Yes, a long time ago. I actually really liked the Blackmore, but. What's up? 69 Larder. That's a name. But Jason Howell used it live, and it seemed like it had a hard time cutting. But I remember liking the tones that he got from that thing. It's one that I would like to check out soon. And the Iron Ball. Angle is supposed to send me the Iron Ball SE for Angle Week here within the next couple of weeks. So I'll definitely let you know my thoughts on that. We're going to be doing a whole bunch of angles. GH100L is the one that I did all the Kemper profiles and quad cortex captures of Esteban. It's sitting right over here. That's why I keep pointing over here. I had every intention of keeping the amp, but somebody offered me a Mark V 90 without the head shell for it. It's got a foot switching issue, but otherwise it's in perfect working condition. So I'm going to take that trade, and I don't use foot switches, so basically just getting a really good deal on a Mark V 90 watt head. But yeah, all right, let's get into the live tone thing here. I'm going to fire up this Rhodes. I didn't even finish setting my pedal board up. This is, I tried to get set up. I tried to get this set up before I went live because typically that's what I do, and I think I'm mostly ready here. Like I always tell you guys, I'm very optimistic with my time, and sometimes I just think that I can get way more done in a period of time than I actually can. So that tends to be the case more often than not. So if I'm ever running behind on these live streams or videos or anything like that, I apologize. It's not because I'm lazy. It's just because I kind of put too much work out there for myself and I end up falling behind. But what's up, Ronnie? Hello from Newfoundland, Canada. Nice to have you on the stream, bro. We're getting international here. Let me figure out how to work this amp again real quick because it's been a really long time. There is, okay, yeah, the master volumes are over here. So let's flip this baby on. All right, so our tuner's on. Sounds really good, but yeah, we gotta pull this volume back a little bit. All right, so I'm gonna turn my vocal mic off. We're gonna jam through this amp for a minute. Just for reference, guys, this is with the with no boost on. I don't have any boost on this amp at the moment, so it's insanely tight with no boost. That's pretty cool. I am going to turn on a boost because you guys know that that's what I do. So I've got the Friedman Buxom boost, which has pretty much been living on my human animal board since I got it. Really digging this boost because you can shape your tone quite a bit. Not only can you tighten things up, but it's got a full 3-band EQ on it, and there's just a lot that you can do with it. So that is the boost that I'm going to turn on real quick, and let's see what type of tones we get out of it like that. Man, that's sounding really good to me. Really, really good. I forget how saturated this amp gets. Yeah, I don't know, guys. This is one of the few amps that I'm kind of cool with it without a boost. It's just so tight and fat on its own. Right now, I turn the EQ off. Michael, thank you so much for the super chat, dude. 20 bucks. Appreciate you. That's a huge super chat. Really, really, really helps. Thank you very much, my friend. You've been dropping like 3 comments on every video since you joined the channel like 2 months ago. So appreciate having you around. Glad to have you here, dude. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they really like it. It seems like a couple people said they liked it better without the boost. I think that I like it best with the EQ on the boost bypassed. You can bypass the EQ section, so you're basically just sending a clean boost signal with a low shelf and the tight knob on it, and I think that sounds really good. I think I could go without a boost, though. It's crazy. Um, without the boost, yeah, it's one of the few, like I said, that just works really well without a boost. If I was gonna do something thrashier, I would want an overdrive in the front, but as it stands right now, I think it sounds really good. We got truck driver Sean in the chat on Facebook. Can't really beat a KSR with the dead weld duality. Sorry, having a hard time reading this, Sean. If you're still there, I'm using the Buxom boost on this one. No, this one, yeah, it's got a lot of like, almost like a, I don't know. If you've ever played a Soldano SLO before, it has this like top end sizzliness, very much, you know, very much similar to how the dual rectifier and 5150 have that. There's kind of a shh type sound there. I've always liked that because it's just a wetter type of saturation, and this amp definitely has it, very, very much so. But yeah, this is amp number 1. I'm gonna riff through it for one more second, and then I'm gonna grab amp number 2, which is really gonna be out of left field. It's something that I think you guys might be surprised that I would grab. All right, yeah, that sounds mean as hell to me. Very, very fat and thick in the low mids. Yeah, it's not a Line 6 Spider, but close. I'm gonna grab amp number 2. Hang tight. All right, not one of you guessed orange. So, I really did pull one out of left field on you guys. This is the TH100 that I bought off eBay for $800. I mentioned in my last stream. The owner on eBay said that the channel switch didn't work. It said that it didn't switch between dirty and clean, and it was stuck on clean. It works for me, so I got a perfectly working TH100 for $800. No complaints on my end. So the only thing is, I kind of impulse bought this amp, and it doesn't have a full EQ. It's kind of like the Tiny Terror. It's got a lot of gain, but it does not have a full-on EQ. So if I use this, I'm gonna throw a MXR 10-band EQ on my pedal board because I'm gonna want a little bit more control over the EQ frequencies. But yeah, we're gonna turn this beast on and see how this thing sounds real quick. All right, so I like it, but there is a top end brightness on this thing that I have yet to be able to dial out. Again, if I use it, I'm going to put an MXR 10 band EQ in the loop, but as it stands right now, it's a little harsh on the top end. It's a little bit bright, and I feel like when I turn the shape up more, I like the tone of it more, but it just gets really, really harsh and bright. All right, so this one sounds cool, but I honestly don't think it's a winner. I really don't. Right off the bat, there's just way too much top end, and I feel like that's something that I want to kind of work out before I take this thing into a live scenario, whereas the Rhodes, I know I could take that into a live setting, but and it would be fine. With this one, there would be some experimentation involved, and I just don't know that I'm down for that at the moment. See, I think it's got plenty of bottom end. I think it's got a lot of lows, but it definitely needs that top end to be kind of reeled in a little bit, because it's really, really bright up top without any sort of additional EQ controls to really kind of mess with it. So overall, though, I like the voicing of this one. I definitely like my rocker verb better. This amp is a little crunchier too, whereas the rocker verb is kind of smoother. It's got kind of more of a liquid style saturation, but they actually might make a cool combo, because the rocker verb is very rolled off on the high end. So running these two in a stereo pair would probably sound really cool. Cool, man. That's good info about the Line 6 Spider too. Thanks. Yeah, I think we are actually going to move to amp number 3. Let's move over to amp number 3. We may throw in the VHT Pitbull as like a little curveball, since a couple of you guys have mentioned it. I would not be against that. So give me a second. Let's get amp number 3 up here. I think I'm going to like that better. All right. I have been itching to play this amp lately, guys, so yeah, deciding on a rig the day of the show is always a terrible idea, right? But I'm here for an adventure, right? I like to have fun. I like to mix it up. A lot of the times it doesn't work out very well, but that's okay. Because, I mean, the audience doesn't know. So, I mean, the audience isn't paying attention to your guitar tone whatsoever. So this is really just for me and you guys, right? All right, so we have the Omega Granifier here. I've been looking for excuses to play this thing left and right. So I am going to actually plug into this, and we're going to check it out. And then maybe we'll throw in the Pitbull, but something gives me a strong vibe that this might be the amp that I go with. So all right, guys, I think we may have found a winner here. This thing, oh, it's it sounds super, super good. Yeah, I don't know. Ah! Something's happening with my cell phone. How do we get rid of that? I don't know. that was fun. So yeah, more mids. I don't know, man. I actually think that this amp has more mids than the Rhodes does. It's got more of a pointed upper mid range, and it just cuts. But sorry guys, give me a second. I think it's my cell phone. Hi. Try moving it around. My phone was far away from me, but apparently it wasn't far enough. All right. Okay, we're going to leave that there again. But anyways, yeah. Play on the beat. I don't know what you're talking about. Padilla, a lot of high end, but I need more mid range. Maybe. Fuck you. Come on. All right, we're gonna go airplane mode. Sorry, Facebook. This is. All right, we're in airplane mode. We should be good. Anyways, people say Padilla said that it seemed like it had more high end. It definitely has more high end, and that was something that I was kind of trying to fine tune. Maybe it's just the way or it's just the balance of the EQ, maybe? I don't know. This amp has more mids than either of the two amps that I just played, but it may be the way the mic is picking it up. It could be the way I have it EQ'd, so let's play with it a little bit more. I think we have it nailed down, guys. I think that this is gonna have to be the one. What do you think? I think that sounds incredible. Yeah, definitely a front runner for now. Definitely a front runner. What time we got here? 12:55. All right, I got a little bit longer. Do you guys want to hear the pit bull? sitting behind me. I got to take down a wall of amps to get to it, but I'll do it for you guys. Yeah, yeah. I mean, hey, the Grano, I mean, new, the Grano isn't terrible in my opinion. It's like 2,600 bucks new. I mean, yeah. For what you're getting a USA hand-wired, handmade product. It's literally as top quality as it gets. Yeah, it's a great amp. So I know that it's only one channel, and that's kind of what throws people off a bit about the price sometimes. But the Obsidian, I believe, is 2 channels, and you're only saying yes to see me struggle. I don't know. Oh, to pull down the amp. All right, I haven't used that amp on this channel in a long time, so we're gonna do it. But yeah. The Granifier sounds incredible. It's making me feel even better about my decision to get on the list for the Obsidian as this stream started. So. All right, guys, I haven't fired this amp up in a long time. But, quick backstory on this one. I had a 100CL with the EQ, and I really liked it. A friend of mine, Travis from the band Eternal Sleep, saw that I had it, and basically asked me if I wanted to get rid of it. I said no, but he really wanted it, so he made me a trade offer plus a little bit of cash. I took it. He got an amp he was really psyched on. I kind of immediately regretted it, so I hopped on eBay a couple days after this happened, and what do you know? I searched VHT Pitbull. This was on there for $600 with free shipping. Now, granted, this was 5 years ago, so long before VHT kind of had a resurgence in popularity and value. But, yeah, $600 for this amp. It's never going to leave my possession. I had another 100CL in here that I demoed on the channel. It sounds amazing. I personally like the ones without the EQ because they're just simpler to dial in, and I found myself not really ever needing the EQ on the other ones. I also had a couple of Ultra Leads. Some of the older ones, I had a fairly newer one. And while I liked all those, man, this one always just sounded the best to my ears. So, yeah. So, here we go. Did I ever choose a name for the custom Barton? It's going to be the Barton Belligerents. I think that one's cool. Barton Belligerents is going to be what it is. But here we go. We're going to put the VHT on. It might take me a minute to dial this because it's been a long time since I got this one. Or since I played it, sorry. Oh man, yeah, the amp sounds good, but for me, the Omega's still kind of it for me. This one is just, the mids are kind of more relaxed, I guess, whereas they're kind of more that upper mid-range wah thing that I'm used to on the Omega, and I'm kind of just digging that more. But man, yeah, this amp does not sound bad by any means. This thing sounds super, super good. Let's go over to the red channel though, because that's just the green channel. That's technically not even the high gain channel. The red channel is. We'll go over there and check that out real quick. That, my friends, is the sound of a microphonic tube, so maybe we won't do the red channel. Hold on. All right, guys. So that whole time, I wasn't even on the right power setting. I was on class AB instead of class A. When I put it on AB, it immediately got this like clank to the palm mutes. So yeah, sounds really, really good. So let's mess around with that for a second. All right, guys, that's tough, man. I was leaning Omega, but once I switched this over to the different power section, I'm kind of torn between the two. Ooh. Yeah, it sounds really, really good, though. I still think it's like almost a little bit lacking in the mid-range for my personal tastes. Man, that is tough. That's tough. 50 watts, bro. This is only a 50. Ain't nobody need 100 watts. Nobody needs 100 watts. Unless you're playing like 8 strings and super down low tunings. It's just the headroom. I've got so many 50 watt heads. It sounds so good. Arthur, no. I have a Boss SD1 Wazacraft on in front of this amp. I do think that the Rhodes and the Omega can go without a boost. This one I don't. I think this one needs it because it does have a little bit of low end. Everybody says that these are super duper tight. They are tight. They're more stiff than they are super tight. They tighten up with a boost really well, but on their own, they actually kind of have a little bit of a sag. Yeah. Christian Delot says, I think SLO 30 for a live rig. Much lighter. Your back will thank you. Good thing I ain't no bitch. Just kidding. I feel you, man. Lifting gear doesn't bother me whatsoever. I think I said it on the last live stream. I don't mind physical exertion. I'm literally going to go on probably a 10-mile mountain bike ride after this before the show tonight. I enjoy exercise. I enjoy lifting things up and putting them down because it just keeps you young. As long as you do it right. Everybody who says that their backs are messed up from lifting gear probably lifted it wrong the entire time. So I like moving gear around. It doesn't bother me one bit. Why don't I throw on the Angle 100? What do you think? Fireball 100? I think I want to try the Fireball 100 just out of curiosity to see how it stacks up against these things. What cab speaker combo would I recommend for an EVH Stealth? I would definitely go something with a lot of mids because the Stealth has a little bit of a mid scoop on it compared to the other ones anyways. So H30 and yeah, like a good 8-ohm V30, especially the older ones that seem to be a little rounder in the mids, not so spiky. All right, everybody wants to hear the Angle. I like playing amps, so we'll throw that one on and then we'll call it a day, guys. All right, last amp for the day. Last amp for the day. Then I'm going to go get what I need to get done so I can ride my bike and hopefully throw myself over the handlebars real quick before we load up for this live show tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me, guys, by the way. And also, I can't see. Have you guys been hitting that like button? Hit that like button if you haven't been hitting the like button. Do me a little favor, will you? Yeah, we only got 45 likes. Come on, guys. Hit that like button for me. I would really appreciate it. Helps this stream get in front of more people. We've had about 70 viewers on this one, so a little bit lower viewership than the last couple, but that's okay. It was kind of last second, so just do me a favor. If you guys want to help the channel out, help me out, hit the like button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe to the channel, and we get to do more cool hangouts like this and check out lots of fun amps because I'm lucky enough to have lots of fun amps in my possession. So let's see how this thing sounds real quick. Thank you for hitting that like button. I see those likes going way up right away. Appreciate you guys. Keep doing that if you're enjoying yourself. If you hate it, hit the thumbs down. Let me know. Let me know in the comments what I'm doing wrong and what I need to do to entertain you better. All right. Oh, yeah, dude, this amp is so good. That is the reason why this is my favorite angle, dude. It's just so simple and so raw compared to some of their other stuff. It's such a good, just stripped down metal machine, man. I love this amp. Somebody asked AB between the Omega and this. That is exactly what we're gonna do. I'm gonna throw the Omega up top real quick. Let's go back and forth for a second. My power cable's not long enough. Hopefully we don't get a grounding issue from using two different power cables here. I'm just gonna sneak it down in there. All right, one riff on the Omega, and you guys tell me between the two, which one you like the best. It's gonna be hard to not go with that angle though. All right. Smash the like button is right. Hit the like button if you would, guys, please. I really appreciate it. All right. So let's turn this baby on. We're going to give the Granifier one more quick riff, but World of Music says, Crate Blue Voodoo. You got it. The Maynard special. That's actually what we're playing on tonight is Blue Voodoo cabs. That's why I have a 16 ohm V30 cab here instead of my normal Mesa cab. But, yeah. All right. So this thing is warmed up for a second. Let's hear how this one sounds in comparison to the angle. All right, my camera stopped working. Hold on a sec. I think we overheated. Oh no! Oh no! My camera gone! Let's see if this works. There we go. Maybe the battery died. Alright, anyways, we have the Omega. Let's riff on that for a second. Oh wow, that the other guitarist is using a Crate Blue Voodoo. He uses a 5150. He's actually in here talking shit right now. But anyways, yeah. Man, that is such a tough call between the Angle and the Omega. I think it's gonna be the Omega. I think we're gonna go the Omega this time because I've never played this amp live. It's sounding really, really good to me right now. Yeah. So I think that's the direction in which we are gonna go. But boy, does that one sound good. All right, last switch. Going back to the Angle. I think it's going to be the Omega. But just so we can have that kind of recency bias out of the way. But my other guitarist, he has a Rev E dual rectifier, but he has been running a 5150 lately because he's been using a Line 6 floor, what is it, the Pod Go, for his effects and stuff. I wish he would go back to the Rev E dual rectifier though, Adam, because that thing sounds incredible. I know you're listening. Sorry, buddy. You should go back to the Rev E though. All right, here's the Angle one last time. All right. As much as I like the Fireball 100, which, by the way, guys, in the room, the Fireball 100 is absolutely silent. Absolutely silent. The Omega does have some known kind of noise issues in the power section. I guess it's just kind of part of the design, unfortunately. So you are going to get some 5150 style hiss with the Omega. The angle is like completely silent. But yeah, I think the Omega does sound a little bit better. I do really, really like the angle, but the Omega sounds better. So yeah, that's it. I think you guys helped me decide because you're all pretty much saying the same thing. Now that we have gone back and forth, it seems the Omega is the winner here. And as much as I like the Pitbull would actually kind of be a cool blender with the VHT. But for this show, it's kind of a small show. We're being a little bit lazy. We're using my Blue Voodoo cabs that are at my practice spot. And yeah, so we're not really going to go crazy with gear tonight. But otherwise, yeah, the Omega is going to be it. So that's going to be it for me today, guys. Hit that like button if you would, please. I really enjoyed hanging out with you. I've been loving these live streams lately. And just kind of basically doing whatever I can to interact with you guys more, because I really enjoy the fact that people come on here and we can just have like a full-blown conversation in the chat, and you guys help me choose amps and stuff. It generally seems like everybody kind of leans the same way that I do too, so that's always cool knowing that you guys are pretty much on the same page as I am. We're playing in Erie, Pennsylvania, just playing a little punk rock and hardcore show, so nobody's gonna come out because Erie is completely dead for live music, but that doesn't keep us from doing it because we just love to play. So yeah, I would love to advertise my show, but nobody from Erie will even drive out, let alone drive out from out of town for this thing. So yeah, the Omega sounds ridiculous. So but yeah, that's going to be it, guys. Hit that like button if you would, please. I really appreciate it. I'm glad to hang out with you guys as always. Really enjoyed it. I'm going to go out, hit the trail before I have to come home and pack all this stuff up. Hope that you guys have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Kyle here again. See ya. Hi, Resington. Yeah, do you guys want me to live stream the show? I'll throw my camera up and live stream it. If you guys want, we could do that. It'll be probably sometime around 8 or 9 p.m. tonight. So let me know in the comments of this video, not in the chat. Put it in the comments if you want me to live stream our live show. All right, see you guys.